Today we're gonna see what's inside a Piscifun Alumix 3000. One of the YouTuber that I respected says it's pretty smooth, so when it went on sale I bought one just to see what's inside of it, and I'm gonna compare that to well, I don't have any cheap reel. This is a Bradia that I got for $150 10 years ago, but this reel is really overbuilt. We're gonna see how the internal compares. Okay, with the spool off, about 46.4, 46.7, 47.97, pretty comparable. Let's see what's under the spool. Bearing supported on the cheaper Alumix, and this one just has a metal bushing, but the design looks like a Daiwa design. In fact, this is the Daiwa Bradia is a 2010. This is a 2024-25 reel, and look at that, it's nearly identical. Looking at the drag knob, the old Bradia does not any 2005 reel does not have any rubber gasket to keep the water out. The cheaper Piscifun does. It's advertised for 26 pounds of drag, but it only has 2 carbon drag washer, whereas the Bradia generally advertises about 15 pounds of drag with a 3 carbon washer. Well, it looks like I picked the right reel to do a comparison. It's almost as if the Daiwa patent has ran out. But look at the parts and the design. Nearly identical, but not exactly interchangeable. There's bearing inside that nut, but I can't put one with the other, but they're the same design. The handle is different. The more expensive Daiwa reel have that kind of thread design. This one is a screw through, like a good Shimano. The anti-reverse clutch looks to have a nice seal, clear seal, as compared to the open one on the Daiwa. Okay, if you take a look here, let's put some light on. That one-way anti-reverse bearing is actually key to the body, key to the frame. It's keyed so well I don't even know how to remove it. So when you go and engage it, the entire frame prevents it from turning. You can see the similarity of the reel. That one has a little rust. I might need to clean out that bearing. They both have a pinion supported bearing, one on top and one on the bottom. Top one is here, and the other one's underneath the screw. But the design, except for the switchable anti-reverse, is nearly identical. And remember that Daiwa Bradia is a Certate line that used to retail for over $350, so it was overbuilt for its time. And here we have a reel 14 years later that retails for 1/4 or 1/5 the price, 1/4 the price at $80, and you can see the similarity in the design. The only difference is this is a not a pot metal gear. This is a zinc oxide gear, polished pretty well. This one's about 30 millimeter, and the Daiwa it's about 31. Looks to be pretty polished aluminum. But I can't fault this reel as far as design. No wonder why it feels very smooth. There's probably bearing under there in that locomotive line, just like this one, and it's definitely sealed better. This one also has an old ring. Again, 15 years later, it's definitely sealed better, but the only part they cheapen out is the main gear. So they were not lying on the bearing count. You got 2 in the line roller, 1 inside the bearing spool shaft nut, anti-reverse bearing. You got a bearing on top and bottom of the pinion gear, and 1 on each side of the drive gear, and 1 inside the locomotive level line.